honor. I don't care if it's easy for the barista, I promise. Yeah, me and my dad on the beach. He passed it to my sis while our toes touch the sea. I hope you hating. Success is wondering. 730 days and 32 new grades. That album got me stressed. I tune it like T-Pain. Yeah, I got the keys and these got keychains. They keep taking shots, but they...
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Carolina Panthers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. You look at this Carolina defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Come on. Hey, crack all 80. Like it, hey, change.
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Carolina. Jaden Blue with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Sampson. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks, giving the yard up to the 42. You look at this Carolina defense, and they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance, because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. 19,
Tiger, 19, left wing, 19. 18, left, 18,
They'll set up to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he is caught. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now a give, right side. Sampson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go. 60 Eagles. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Underneath to his tight end, Wilson. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Panthers at 9-2 to start play. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win, to run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second.
Now a 2nd and 2.
At the Browns' 33-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Panther Street, Panther Street. Let go.
They'll try to run for it with Blue. Touchdown, Carolina! Jaden Blue with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down, Browns.
They'll drop to throw. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. The slot man in motion right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, big gain of 31 on third down.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Sampson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. He'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
A 47-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Cut 19! Cut 19! Ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. It's taken to the 26. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wagner. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely to pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Here's 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. He'll try and do this himself. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Touch the Eagles, 19 targets.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And it's throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's brought in by Wilson. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. With a 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers continue to pull away here this 1st half. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 of the 22-yard line. Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to pull your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. Down to the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Travis Etienne, 39 yards. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Back to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Top 19. You're not. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll be out right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Browns drive about to get started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nicky Manwari. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Panthers out in front, and they will give the football first. Second half action underway. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic. I think at the half that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Ready?
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Deputy! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Hut, hut.
Now Blue trying the right side. Now he's into the clear again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jaden Blue, 58 yards. And the Panthers are able to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Browns.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play that time for Cleveland. 44 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go, here we go.
Sampson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up in a 2 tight end look here.
Go! 70.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Browns get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, what was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They begin with a carry for Blue. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Let's go now. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Now back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Bronco 80. Ready.
Toss play to the right to Blue. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 211 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Deputy Lion. Deputy Lion.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Pitch and catch to Wilson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
On the give, this is Blue. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's clock.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25.
42. Browns 17.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back to throw now on first down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get to him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. The Browns on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be third and forever. On play action, they'll throw.
That is caught. McMillan with it. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They run with Blue. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready, ready?
On the carry, this is Blue. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Ready? 9.
The pitch to Blue. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Panther 60. Here we go. Shot. Ready?
On 3rd down, they run with Blue. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the fourth quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they get him once again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready, let's go.
Here's Blue. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not